Hey everybody, Miss Traumatic here. Welcome back to another stream. If this is your first time ever tuning in, know that I'm all about helping people here. That means that when you tune into my channel, I spend a ton of time deep diving through the web and researching different builds so I can bring you the best of the best. This is to save you the time and the headache of having to do that yourself. I work with some of the top people on the leaderboards, and we're constantly trying to evolve the meta of what's the latest build. We're working on bringing you the best builds. And when I say the best, I mean best as in most meta based on what's been out, what is out, and what's been announced to come out. I've got almost every single thing in the game as far as components and whatnot completely maxed out, cord, you name it. I'm constantly working to make better builds for y'all and to try to make it less of a headache for y'all to advance. When you come to my stream, if you ever have any questions on any sort of content, just ask. There's no such thing as a bad question, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have, whether this be on a descendant build, any type of thing to do with coring, combinations of builds, you just name it. I'm more than happy to take your questions and to help you out with them. I have completed all the content in the game that is out so far, and I am super stoked for Season 3. I've been doing some research, testing out some things, and I'm excited to see what we can do with some of the new builds that are coming out. That being said, if you come to my channel and you need help with any content whatsoever, just ask. I'm constantly here to help people out. I love helping out the community, and there's nothing that brings me greater joy than being able to help y'all grow. I am a Nexon sponsored content creator, and I am sponsored with Discord, with Spotify, Logitech, and I am working with Twitch. I'm also sponsored by them. That being said, if you come to my channel, I'm going to bring you good content, the best that I can bring you. If you have any suggestions about anything that you'd like to see, whether it be some sort of content in the game, just ask. I'm more than happy to show that type of content or to work with you on anything that you'd like to see as far as content for future content. When you come to my channel, thank y'all. Y'all have been amazing. I couldn't be more thankful to have y'all as part of my community. Y'all have been great with all the follows, dedicated, watching, bit donations, subs, just in general, raids. Everything that y'all have been doing to help me out as a streamer has been great, and I'm honored that I've been able to be a help to y'all. A lot of y'all have given me some feedback on that, and it's nice to see that I've actually made an impact. Hopefully that continues to be the case, and I can continue to help y'all grow. I appreciate hanging out with all y'all. I think the biggest honor is getting to know y'all, and the fact that y'all give me the time for you to get to know me. Hanging out with y'all and watching y'all grow as descendants has been pretty cool, and seeing how the community has evolved as a whole has been awesome. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get some music going. I'm going to let some familiar faces say hi, and from there we'll jump into what the latest events are and get the stream going. All the music today is being brought to you copyright, royalty, and ad-free thanks to Spotify Premium. Thank you, Spotify, you're the best. And the quality is being brought to you thanks to Logitech. I'm using Logitech's Astro A50X Lightspeed. It's HDMI audio quality if you're a streamer. It's great, excellent battery life. Best headset I've had so far, definitely recommend it.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to the stream. We hope you enjoy the show.
If you like what you see and want to keep up to date with the latest content, don't forget to hit that follow button. And remember, subs get 0 ads. You can also follow Miss Trumatic on her official website, misstrumatic.live, and on Twitter, ArcX, and Discord.
Don't forget to sign up for the latest First Descendant Season 3 event on Nexon's website to help reach 1 million registered for a free Ultimate Descendant and lots of extra goodies. All right, soldiers, grab your gear, suit up, and let's lock and load.
All right, bear with me for 1 sec here while I switch this over. Making sure that I get all the chats up and open for y'all so I can communicate with y'all the whole time. All right, I've got that up. Those of you watching, this is the Discord handle. If y'all are ever trying to join and communicate with me based on anything that's going on, or anytime that I might be coming up with streams, or just talk to me on stream with voice chat, game with me, share builds, interact with other people from the community. That's the Discord channel for my Discord community. It's an open invite. Here are the rest of my socials. And then let's jump into these TFD events. Okay, so the first TFD event is going to be a Twitch stream event. So what that is Twitch drops. All you do is you watch from Twitch with your Twitch account linked to your in-game account. You can do that on any Twitch stream that has the Twitch drops enabled. I have them enabled on my Twitch stream. My Twitch is twitch.tv/MissTraumatic. If you're watching on another platform, it's the same spelling. That being said, those drops are going to include a black hair dye, a white hair dye, and an Afterglow sword skin. The second event that's going on is a pre-registration event that is almost over with. Don't miss out on it. If you sign up right now, they already have over 200,000 pre-registrations. Because of that, they're giving out automatically to anybody that pre-registers for Season 3, 5 million gold, 5k Kuiper shards, and 2 free crystallization catalysts. If they hit the full 1 million pre-registrations, then they'll be giving out a sum total of 5 crystallization catalysts, along with more gold, more Kuiper, some dyes for our Descendants guns and skins, as well as some hair dyes for our Descendants, and a choice between an Ultimate Descendant or one of these blue fusion cells that lets you transfer your catalyst from a base Descendant into an Ultimate Descendant. And then let's say you already got catalysts in both the base and the Ultimate. If you want to pull those duplicate catalysts out of the base Descendant, you can use it for that to get your catalyst back. So that's pretty cool, but you get an either or option there. The third event is a daily login event. And what you do is you log in for 30 minutes and 60 minutes. You make sure you do 1 infiltration mission, 1 Colossi battle, 1 Sigma Sector mission, and you do 1 invasion. And that'll make sure that you get your dailies covered for the day. You go on the website and you can use the tickets to try to roll for collector items. Right now they have collector art books and collector acrylic sets. Those refresh every day at the same time that invasions refresh for you in your time zone. They have added more to the set to try to win as far as drops go. You have a higher chance now. And when you roll those coins on there, you can also get actual, or when you roll those tickets, I should say, it gives you more coins for the Anais 1-year anniversary shop where you can get stuff like cores for your weapons, crystallization catalysts, backpacks, emotes. You can get energy activators, all kinds of goodies. It's pretty awesome. Don't miss out on that. It's awesome free stuff. Now let's jump into the stream. Oh, also on that website, if you play each of the songs one time, there's 3 songs on that page, and retweet the tweet, you can get extra tickets that way for the first time you do that. This is the VTube model that I've been working on. I drew it myself and then brought it to life myself, so working on it. Hopefully it's something I can introduce to y'all eventually. I would be able to move it around on screen and everything and interact with y'all. It would be pretty awesome. I am a graphic artist as part of my living. Again, this music is being brought to you ad copyright and royalty free thanks to Spotify Premium. Thank you, Spotify. And here's my official content creator badge for working with Nexon's content creator team.
Hanging by a thread, hung upon all the words you said.
Okay, let me close this out in the background, pull this back up. So I can keep an eye on all the chats here and interact with all of y'all equally. There we go. Perfect. I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning so far.
Have you completed preparations?
Let's see here. Anybody trying to join up with me before I get started here? Or?
Don't tell me that I need saving. Finally awake and living. Yeah, yeah. The pressure inside was building. I felt
see here. Alright, so I've already done invasions for today, so I can't help out with invasions at the moment, but I can help out with other stuff.
You are watching a master at work.
If it's new research, I'm listening.
And I have done Sigma, so I can pretty much do whatever I want to at this point.
Modules will make you stronger.
Humanity is very weak. That's why humans need us so desperately.
Let's see here. What do I want to craft? I need to make some more cores. I guess I could work on that.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Let's go ahead and hit some more coring up. Might as well.
Transport ship will remain on standby for air support. Good luck, descendants.
Specialized Vulgus aircraft has stopped to resupply. It's defenseless. Shoot it down. Large Vulgus presence confirmed in the operation zone. Descendants, on your signal, initiate close air support. Mission complete. All units proceed to transport location. Great work out there. Hound Action, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits. Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendants, stop the enemy troop deployment. This is going to eliminate.
Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original.
Axial to HQ. Mission complete. Requesting transport support.
Geez, somebody was definitely sweating on that. And Keelan was definitely moving. It's good to see another good Keelan.
Axial to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
This is HQ. Enemy reinforcements incoming. Requesting strike. Staging it.
want me in my place.
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendants.
Not bad for a warm up, but I can do better. Much better, actually. Hound Actual, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
This is HQ. Enemy reinforcements incoming. Requesting strike on staging area. The transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendant.
my hands warmed up here, I'll be moving faster.
This erosion is caused by kids in our town. Fabricate your reality. You live in a hologram. Watch your world burst by your own fuel. Can you see it from your sun's no star? The earth burning from the floor. The strength of all the family and friends of the ever tried to blend. There was sight, some bleeding its host. Took offense towards extinguishing boast. And suckers me, I've uncovered the truth. I'm onto you and all of your fabrications. Looking at right in the eyes and burying me alive. And all to leave us
This is Hound Action, reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Sent. The transport has dropped a wide-range shaping charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation device.
Captain Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original.
None of this
operation zone initiated. Good work, Descendants. HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, Descendants. Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendants, stop the enemy troop deployment. Descendants, enemy troops are being transferred in large numbers. You must attack their point of origin.
Captain Elias, deploying arcade. I am the original. Oh my!
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendants.
Hound actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
Well done, Descendants.
She got a body like a goddess, and she talks so sweet. It's like I can't believe I'm the one that she wanted. And if I'm really being honest, I know I could be everything she needs if she let me get on it. Yeah. So come here, baby, listen close. Hold me tight, don't let me go. Now you know that except for falling in love with you. So I'll let you keep me up another time. But please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Baby, please don't stay the night. I must do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Oh, don't stay the night.
Hey Quan, what's up?
This is Hound Actual to all personnel. Void storm is intensifying. Conditions are unfavorable. Proceed with caution. Over.
We've detected signs of life inside a nearby arcade receptor. Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
Are you afraid of the dark? Are you scared? I help you.
Hound Action. Reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
This is HQ. Enemy reinforcements incoming. Requesting strike on staging area.
Elias, deploying RK. I am the original. Oh my!
Hound Actual to HQ. Mission complete. Requesting transport support. Hound Action. Reporting extreme concentrations of void energy within the operation zone. All units, please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Specialized Vulcus aircraft detected. That aircraft is used to fly through void zones. It must be shot down. operation zone. Descendants, on your signal, we will initiate your air support.
Okay.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
I just can't breathe. Life it moves so fast. You know I'm sorry. You're eating all alone. I see the missed calls. They're building on my phone. Drinking a rain. I just can't come home. Call it a day. I think I've been outgrown. Turns out your parents were right. I'll sleep all day, stay.
That guy's a really good Keelan, or girl, whoever it is. They're a really good Keelan. That was a run for my money. I had to sweat there. They're probably one of the better ones I've actually ran into so far. In quite some time, actually. Props to you, Stebby, as if you're watching. That was some good Keelan play. Let's see what we've got on course so far. Yeah, Quan, I've been having fun. There's been a lot of Keelans coming out of the woodwork. I wonder if a lot of people saw the build that I posted and they've been testing it out or what. I feel bad for the people that are like limited to controller that really love Keelan, because I didn't realize how limiting the controller was until I learned him on mouse and key, and it is night and day different. There's like, if you're limited to controller and somebody actually is really, really good on mouse and key, the odds of you keeping up are very slim to none. No matter how good you are at that controller, if that person is even like slightly below your skill level, but they're using mouse and key, if they can move faster from back and forth, they're gonna get through the mobs quicker, and stacks are what matter for when you're detonating the mobs. And the mouse is just so much easier to just flick your wrist and go anywhere you want. I love that with Keelan, you can go anywhere that your mind imagines. So like, when you're looking at the mobs, if they're like up a level and over at a certain angle, right? Like you're like thinking, okay, I gotta go up at like a 90 or a 45, and then at this many feet turn at a 90 or 45, and then go straight, or however, what angle you're choosing. So you're like pre-planning it ahead of time, and it makes a huge difference in like your speed, because you're pre-planning your movement. And it's really cool that you can actually do that and not have to worry about grappling. I'm glad that I forced myself to learn mouse and key, because I was stubborn about it for a bit when I first got my PC. But I'm really happy that I did, and that the first character I taught myself on was Keelan. Honestly, I feel like he's like the most gratifying descendant out of all of them to learn mouse and key on. Him and probably Serena. Because between the two of them, the way you can move is so much different on mouse and key than what it is on controller. It's definitely a night and day difference. So if you see movement like that and you're limited to controller, don't think that you're going to be able to move that fast on controller. Unfortunately, you cannot. It's something I tried. I played on max sensitivities, and I am really good at that zigzag pattern, and that is something that's, you're limited by what you can do with the sticks. And it kind of sucks, but it is what it is, because you can't just drag yourself straight back down or up instantaneously on like barely turning your wrist. Because I played on all max on controller, and I could not move like that. I wish I could have. It's definitely something for y'all to know if you're considering Keelan. Keelan is amazingly fun, but more useful on mouse and key. Okay, what was that build that I last had on this tile so I can finish coring it? Just popping this on for a second to take a look at which components I had out. Yeah, like, Keelan is an amazing descendant. There's so many things you can do with a lot of these descendants that people don't know about. Yes, I can help you with that, Quan. Let me see what it was here. I'll pop over to that real quick. Are you trying to, you're trying to use it for bossing, I'm assuming, right? So with Freyna, you never want to go with multiplier. You always want to go with sheer skill power because she doesn't get a huge benefit out of multiplier. She gets the most damage out of just raw, straight skill power. So that's why we use power increase, because it gives you increase in your base skill power on your reactor before all the other multipliers get added. And it's also why we go with toxic amplification for toxic skill power and tech amplification for tech skill power. I mean, you're gonna have to have some modifier, but we're going with like the power build here. And you still need to have the cooldowns in order to run everything smoothly, so. So this is the preset that I use for my Venom injection build. Are you using it for mobbing or are you using it for bossing? Because there's a difference. This is meant to be tanky and allow you to deal damage. Like Venom injection is more so like you can run a shield build, recharge your shield, be tanky, and do good damage at the same time. Because what Venom injection does is your second skill recharges your shields. So when you're running a shield build, you get constant shield regen. And it also gives you an increased max 250% toxin resistance. So it's great for when you're bossing or in areas that have high toxic damage if you want to be toxic immune. Okay, see, I would not use it for mobbing. I would use it for bossing. Mobbing, I use this build. Venom Synthesis. Now, a lot of people can prefer Contagion. I do have a Contagion build as well, but I like the Venom Synthesis because you leave a trail of Venom behind you, just like you do with Valby or any of the other Descendants, and that you can cover the whole room in, and that's a much wider spread than what you have off of that Contagion. And anything that touches that is going to explode. You can also like grapple around and drop it below you while you're grappling. So if you want to do like a flying build with Freyna, you can do that with a flying grapple and be dropping the toxin below you. The other nice thing about the Venom Synthesis is the way that it stacks. So because of this giving you this ability where it drops it behind you, you can pop this fairly often, as well as this, and it allows you to spam back and forth to keep your Secret Garden stacks at full at all times. And it's quite a nasty multiplier. This is the non-lazy farming build, if you want to actually run around and kill things. See, you don't have to run into the room head first. What you do is you're running this behind you, and then what you do is you have a good cooldown, so you can toss your one. So you toss your one blows everything up, and then you jump over the top of the mobs and grapple if there's something left over, and this trail that gets left behind you gets left over the top of the mobs, and they start exploding all over into each other, and you just get this massive contagion spread, basically, from the Venom. It's not actually contagion itself, the skill, but you know, like they're being contagious to each other and causing your toxin to spread. And when you use this skill here, so like let's say you throw this first, you then want to pop this and this, because this skill here, even if you're throwing this in front of you and this skill isn't touching anything in front of you, it is still multiplying this skill. It's giving you a skill power modifier onto it, and it cranks the damage way up. Like you can literally see it if you toss it into a crowd, and then like a big crowd, and then you pop this real quick, you'll see like the stacks will increase rapidly. You'll see it shred the whole stack. But that's what a lot of people don't do, is they don't use it properly. So they think that they can just throw this and that this does nothing for what's in front of them. But this third skill actually boosts damage off this first skill. The second skill, anything that touches you blows up. So you don't even really have to be tanky, because if it touches you, it's getting infected. If you throw this at your 1, it's getting infected. If it touches your 3, it's getting infected, and the 3 multiplies your first and second skill damage. Plus with this build here, you should be able to pop the 4 pretty often. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Contagion either. It's just a matter of preference, honestly. I have a Contagion build as well. This is my Contagion build. You could use, you don't have to use Shot Focus here. A lot of people use Dangerous Ambush here. Depends on your preference. I've got Shot Focus there. The last time I was using it, I was using weapons. But yeah, you could put Dangerous Ambush here, honestly. The reason I say Dangerous Ambush is because as you're spreading your toxin, if it's not targeting you, you're automatically getting that 24.9% skill power increase. And raw skill power is the most valuable thing to Freyna. Way more valuable than modifier or any of that, so skill power is where it's at. If you need more tankiness, you can always swap out Dangerous Ambush with Spear and Shield, which is a Rutile mod, for those of you that might not be familiar with it. Spear and Shield, the nice thing about it is, let's say you don't have enough catalyst space yet for you to put the full one in, okay? You get the full skill power off the base module. You don't even have to have it leveled up, you still get the full 8.1% skill power. The only thing you get from leveling it up is increased defense. So that's another good thing to have for her if you need more tankiness. The other 2 types of bossing builds that you can go with if you're trying to go for a more tanky bossy build, a bossing build that's HP based. This one you would just swap out the antibody card for whatever you're trying to be tanky against. I was going against the Tormentor last, so you could put a defense, Spear and Shield, something like that in that particular slot. Honestly, I'd probably go with Spear and Shield. Or whatever your defense you're going with, but Toxic Stimulation allows you to grant Plague Armor to yourself and other nearby allies, and that makes you and your allies tankier as well. It gives you increased defense, so you get your defense increase amount increased by 30%, which is kind of cool. That's a tankier build. If you're just going for straight up tank and not trying to be like a shield build. So like, let's say you're fighting like a chill boss. Sometimes it's better to not have a shield build if you're against like a chill boss, because that elemental damage will chew through you. But yeah, I mained her for a really long time. And then I'm working on, this is also another one that I have, if you want like a quick insta-kill Colossi. This is a good quick insta-kill Colossi build. It's basically, you have minimal shields, you're max outputting your power, you're max outputting your damage, and you're trying to one pump the Colossi with a Freyna. So this is not like a let's go fight a good hardcore boss, but this is like let's go like farm, you know, catalyst blueprints or something like that off of Colossi. That's the way to do it with her. She'll absolutely shred with that. The reason why is we have maximized skill power. Maximized power gives you the 96.1% skill power increase. Skill power modifier for this one, and then maximized skill is 87.6% skill power increase. Now these both give you an increased 50% cooldown, which is why it's not your typical bossing build, because with that amount of cooldown, you're not getting your skills back anytime soon. So you got one chance to knock it out and hit a home run. yeah, there's that. And then whenever you're doing something, know that like sensory depth is like a really strong card for any build. If you're bossing and you're trying to be tanky, I definitely recommend sensory depth. What it does is the incoming damage modifier. That's reducing how much damage the enemy does to you before any of it registers. So that says, however much damage you did to me, I'm going to reduce it by 13.5% and then put it against your defense, HP, and shields. Based on your overall defense and everything. So that's huge. Incoming damage modifier is probably one of the tankiest things in game besides HP. When they had a previous... Okay, so Stim Accelerant is great because Stim Accelerant gives you extra HP overall without sacrificing shields. When you're doing builds that are shield builds, you don't want to use HP amplification because HP amplification takes away from shields. And you're not trying to give up any shields when you're trying to have a shield build. This is like minus 36.5% HP. Stim Accelerant gives you the 234% max HP, but it's at max MP minus at 15%. Now with all the latest cores and everything we've got for Freyna, that's nothing. Especially with the current way you can build her with the RK tuning. And the way that I stacked mine up, I can actually show you for the RK tuning. I built mine up to here, and I went with poison vulnerability, so you get that more skill power. This is to make up for the fact that we're now running plague sets instead of running the Slayer set. That's what it was I was trying to think of. So this gives us some 9.5% skill power back when attacking an enemy that's inflicted with poison. That's your mutant cell. And then we bring it down here, make sure we get the Colossi skill power. And you don't want to worry about this right here because you're getting that skill power back by coming through here. And you're getting your skill cost through here, your HP and your tankiness by wrapping down and through here. So you're getting through here because if you're running Venom Injection, it's based on your shield recovery rate. For your HP basically is your shield. We're getting the shield recovery out of combat enhancement effects. And that makes you super tanky. Like in Deathstalker, you don't even, if you're fully geared out and kitted like this, you can literally jump in the death circles and they don't even kill you. Like, you lose less than 1/4 HP. Yeah, Freyna's one of the few characters that's really, really, really good with a shield build. Freyna, Kyle, Ajax, let's see, there's Enzo. There's a few out there that are really good with shield builds. You can build a pretty decent good shield build with Bunny too. One of the builds that we used to use on her was a build that took it so that we switched our HP for shield. And that was to do HP conversion shield, so our HP was always at a minimum of 1. And by doing that, it negated if you did the biofuel build, which is, I can show you on here. If you ever see bunnies that just absolutely will never run out of stamina, this is the reason why. So you go in here and you look at the Transcendence. So Bionic Fuel, if we equip that, let me take a look at the skill itself. What it does is it uses, instead of MP cost, you're using HP cost for your skills. So if you convert your HP to shield and you have a minimum of HP of 1 and you're using a shield build, you literally can never run out. It's literally, you run forever, no stopping, ever. You can infinite run. It's pretty sick. You never have to worry about MP again. It runs a little bit, you run a little bit slower than you would if you were running on MP, just a tad. But you still can run and do a ton of damage. It's not going to do as much damage, in my opinion, as Electric Condense. I like Electric Condense better. but it's a good alternative. Those of you looking for a good bunny build, this is my tried and true perfected bunny build. I have over 30 catalysts in bunny before they ever came out with the challenge for putting 60 catalysts in a descendant. This was long ago that I was at this endeavor of just dropping endless catalysts into her until I got the exact build that I thought worked. I used to sit there and change builds and change builds and change builds, but this is by far my favorite build. The Dangerous Ambush lets you get extra damage for your singular and fusion ticks. So you get them for both your main skill, your singular skill, and your electric condense skill, so you can hit harder, as well as using your skill simplification, which is skill power modifier, which isn't based on singular or on fusion. So it's just pure skill power modifier, which amplifies both your singular and your fusion damage. Then I have singular amplification, electric amplification. The reason I didn't do fusion on this, I'll show you that here in a second, is because we have enough power on here to make up for it. And your main damage overall is always going to be your singular tick. So having this, if you run a Slayer set with this and you pop your 4, you're going to damn near one-shot the end elites. Especially if they're not looking at you. See, that's the funny thing. You can be in the room, but if somebody else drags the aggro, no. And your ring can be so big that you can be killing things through walls before they ever get a chance to target you. Which is the nice thing about Bunny. Most of the time, your ring is so massive that if you're doing it right, they don't get a chance to see you before they die. On most turns, most rooms, things like that. And like I said, if the enemy is not targeting you and they're targeting somebody else, you're also getting it. Good morning, awesome. How's your morning been so far? But yeah, that's something that a lot of people don't think about with Bunny, is the fact that most of the time you're killing things before they get a chance to look at you. So they're spawning in and dying as they're spawning in, because you're running so fast that as they're dropping in, if they haven't touched the ground yet, they can't officially target you. If you kill them before their feet land on the ground, you've officially hit them before they can target you. Thereby, they're not targeting you yet, and you get that extra 24.9% skill power. So that's huge. I used to have bunnies trying to outgrind me all the time, and they couldn't touch my kills because I was outputting so much skill power. You run this with a Slayer set, and then you run a reactor that's singular, tingling singularity with electric and singular skill power boost. You run it with 2 peacemakers. You can have a grappling speed 1 and a sprint speed 1. So I have 3 sprint speeds on one, 3 grappling speeds on the other. And then for your third weapon, if you want to, you can run something like a Smithereens with a fire rate like what you'd have on a Serena. And when you get to the end bosses, you just pump them and they're done. And then, as you can see with the Slayer set, you get the extra skill power. And if you look here, if we take a look at these, so because I have the skill power in here, it goes on my basic skill power right here, it gets added to here. So we're looking at our base skill power boost ratio. This gets added as a multiplicative of our base reactor stat for skill power. And then everything else gets multiplied off of it. So because of that, we're hitting much, much harder with our 4, with everything else in between. It does serious, serious damage. Like most of the time I run into a room, pop my 4, and thing's dead in like 1 or 2 shots. Usually it's 1 shot and I'm blowing the whole health bar off. And this is the arc tuning that I use for it. I'm using the electrocution vulnerability. This is pretty nice because if you have a tankier mob and you need to wipe it out, when you're inflicting the electrocution on them, you get the extra 9.5% skill power. So you can keep doing damage. This build works with both the Supernova set and the Slayer set, but I highly recommend the Slayer set. The Supernova set has gotten a buff. The way that they switched it to electric skill power straight out was actually pretty nice. I've messed around with both, but I still feel like the Slayer set does more damage. Like for sure, especially with the 4. But it is fun to play around with the Supernova set and see all the beams coming down from the sky. I've got them both geared out. See, with this setup, this takes more MP for resource, but if you have this arc tuning, you shouldn't have any problems with MP. You should be killing things like one tap, 1-2 tap at most, and just be running over piles of MP like it's nothing. Like you don't even have to sit there and worry about it. And then if you're worried about it, you can always grapple too when you're waiting for your MP recovery. But most of the time I'm just non-stop running anyways. And that's what the Slayer set on. That's an extra 15% skill cost. The arc tuning makes a huge difference when you have this skill cost reduction. It's just a matter of it blows through everything now, you know? They've tuned Bunny up too, and it's just, I don't know, it seems like she's been doing a lot better in MP, honestly, than what she used to. I rarely ever find myself running out of MP. You just gotta work for it and be ahead of the group. Yeah, a lot of damage. She just got a lot of damage before too, but now it's pretty intense. Did you have any more questions about Freyna, by the way? Are you using the Plague set on her? Or are you using Slayer? Because these are the roles that I also recommended on her. Make sure you're running Toxin Resistance and Mech Shield on the bottom piece. And then you can run another resistance stat, but honestly, I recommend just defense. When you're sitting on 40,497.165 shields and 27,914 defense, like, there's not really going to be anything that's going to be tickling you. And then you use the Python to reduce the toxin resistance of your Colossi or anything you're fighting. And you do that and make sure that when you're doing it, you run one of these focus rounds. So when you're hitting them with the stacks, you're getting, you know, up to 5 stacks, so minus 20% of immunity resistance against whatever you're hitting, and then throw your skills. You'll do way more damage. It's very important if you're bossing. If somebody is not hitting it with that, the group is throwing. It's up to 5 stacks, that's minus 20% resistances. You'll notice a big difference in your toxin damage, especially if you hit it with this when you're stacking it. So you get the toxin resistance reduction from this and the 20% from that in the inversion. It's huge. Yeah. And with her, you want to make sure that you're running Tech and Colossus damage for your bossing reactor, and Tech and Toxic for your mobbing reactors. She's definitely a monster to not be trifled with anymore. You said now you gotta wait for your ultimate Ajax. Here, I got you for the ultimate Ajax build while you're waiting, by the way, so you can screenshot the build. I'll give you both. I know you were trying to get that the other day. Ignore the ugly green with this. Normally I would change the colors, but we're not worried about that right now. So for the super tanky build, you're gonna be using body enhancement. This is gonna be the layout for that. Like I said, this is your tank build. What we're doing here is we're running the body enhancement, because when you run body enhancement, it gives you an extra max HP increase of 157%, defense of 93%, shield increase of 121%, and then your explosive attack increase is increased by 40%. Pretty hardcore. And I'll show you what I have for that. That's just starting off as 40,512.181 HP with 188,733.75 defense. Goes up to around 280 something thousand defense when I cap out, along with almost 50k HP. You're welcome. And make sure you're using a 2-piece of the Moving Fortress set for the extra 25% defense. And then for this build in particular, you would be using Ascending Armory for the sensor with a Hunter's processor. And that's because these 2 pieces have the most HP that you can get out of a set. So they're pretty good. You're gonna need them for other sets, so you'll probably be coring them anyways. And then the way that I get extra defense added onto this is that when I go through, you run Defense Master on here. That gives you an extra 128.3% defense when defeating an enemy for 10 seconds. And you can also have a quick swap weapon too. There's another module that you can also run with this. I can show y'all the module. Let's see, I might have it on one of these. I'll just show it for reference on here. So, let's see, tactical change. When changing weapons, defense plus 128.3% for 15 seconds. So you can actually run this on a weapon, swap to that weapon, swap back to your other weapon, get kills, and you'll stack both of those, which is pretty cool for that 15 seconds. Keeps you super tanky. And this is on most of the rifles. It's a rutile, it's called Tactical Change. It's an ultimate card underneath Battle Proficiency. And then as far as the rolls on these, I recommend that you go with like an M. You can put like a resistance one on here if you want to go full tank. So like you would go with, for this, for example, you could go MP recovery and defense, or since you're not going to be spamming skills too terribly often, you could go with something with defense and electric resistance. That's what I usually recommend. And then this one you could go with HP and fire resistance. If you're not worried about the MP recovery, you might want the MP recovery. This you could put in HP recovery and chill resistance. HP recovery modifier and chill resistance if you wanted to go all out tank. And this would be HP and toxin resistance. And as you can see, these are the cores that I used. We're converting shield to HP. And for the arc tuning, this is the tank arc tuning. This allows you to be super, super tanky. You're getting your incoming damage modifier minus 0.053 times. You can literally stand in those little red projectiles in the Sigma sector, take no damage pretty much at all, and laugh at the boss. This one here gives you an extra 55% max HP. I made sure that I snagged the resistances and the HP recovery modifiers. As you can see, we have quite a bit of bonus here. And for the reactor, you're gonna run a skill cooldown, skill cost, and you can just have that with whatever gun you're running. For that, if you're running this gun, the Albion, it would be for machine gun. I typically like to run the machine gun and at least run the Malevolent with it. Malevolent's a pretty good gun for Ajax, for lobbing off shells in the background. The Secret Garden is great if you're running the skill build for the jump build. I'll show that next. You can use the same reactor for the jump build. So for the jump build, we're using Void Charge. And this modifies your damage to be increased based on your proportional defense. And so that's why we're running the defensive set, the two-piece defensive set that you saw me running. The more defense you have, the more damage your jumps do. This allows you to spam, and you can spam like crazy with this build. The multi-talented is something you're gonna snap on your jumps or on your 3, depending on which one you're trying to use more. And then the arcade tuning for that one is gonna be this up here. Now you could come up here and go for like non-attribute type stuff. I haven't put non-attribute in it because I haven't really seen it do too much increase, to be honest. Because you can already run the you're already running like this set here, and the jump damage is already pretty significant that you're wiping out most things and then using your gun to clean up the rest. For that, you'd not want to run you wouldn't run the what is it, the ascending armory here. Instead you would run, sorry, you wouldn't run the hunter here. Instead you would run the other ascending armory piece. So you'd run something like this, and that gives you reduced skill cost, so you can actually spam your skills more often without it using up as much MP or skills costing as much. And that's, again, what the skill cooldown, skill cost reactor goes into. And then, of course, we have our Gunjax build, passionate sponsor with matrix computation. So as you buff people, you get more stacks and your gun does more damage. That's literally if you go near people and you recharge their shields, you're gaining gun damage. If they walk back and forth through your shields, you're gaining gun damage. You can get a ridiculous amount of firearm attack off of this. Ajax used to be a gluttony murder back in the day with this build. It was one of the first builds they came up with to actually murder it super fast. The Matrix computation, you heal your ally shields with this buff right here. Recharges it, and every time you do that, you're building passionate sponsor stacks, which gives you up to 75% extra firearm attack. Add that to your additional 15%, and you're hitting pretty hard. You're welcome. I'm trying to remember if the arcade tuning was different for that one. I don't think it was. No, it's just the two different arc tunings. So this one would be the same thing that you'd use for that Gunjax one. You could use that, or in a little bit of a mix between this and a little bit more HP or shields, depending on what you need. Honestly, I need to re-queue one for that. I haven't used that one in a while. But that is Ajax for you. And if you're looking for good Malevolent builds, basically you just take this and rotate the elements. So this is 918,122 DPS. I know you can't see that here. Let me fix that. There you go, now you can see it. Yeah, 918,122 DPS. This is the fire build. As we go through here, you'll see the only thing that changes are the fire priority changes to whatever priority of the element is. The circulation changes to whatever the element is, and the conductor changes to whatever the element is, as well as the enhancement. This is the electric build. Now the reason I'm using Compulsive Magazine is because I made sure that I got the absolute max rounds that I could get and max weak point damage. So like this actually makes a difference, the rounds per magazine. If you go for like max rounds per mag and you roll the full max, then you can actually get an extra couple bullets off of using Compulsive Mag. So you use Compulsive Mag instead of the other one that gives you more weak point damage, because those extra rounds can accumulate to a lot more if you're running it on Serena or somebody like that where the rounds explode. Especially considering this gun runs out of ammo all the time. This is the chill build. And then if you're looking for a good toxic build, this is the toxic build. But definitely lethal, does a ton of damage. Love this gun. This gun is one of my favorites to use on Serena. I love using this gun, the Last Dagger, ATAMs, Ancient Knight, and Restored Relic's pretty good if you build multi-hit on it. So is the Smithereens. Those are like the main really, really good guns for her on it. But these are really good builds in general for Serena as well, so. And I'll show you the cores that I have on those.
When you
I went with firearm attack, weak point damage, rounds per magazine, and bonus firearm attack versus the Legion of Darkness. And that's because I used this a lot when I was doing purges, back before they made it easier to kill things with the last dagger and the and using Viesa. It's still really good in there. Honestly, if you have a group that's not carrying their weight and you're on Serena, you can literally obliterate everything for the team with this. Rotating between this and the Albion Cavalry. Now, when we get more copies of this able to be built, then you would build one of these out for each element. Its strongest element is Toxic, so if you build it for Toxin, you're going to get the most damage you can get out of the weapon for it. But it's also great for each of the elements. You can build it for what you feel like building it to. Legion of Darkness is weak to chill, which is why I built it to Legion of Darkness. And that was what the end mobs were in Purge back when there were 30 waves of it. This is my Secret Garden core build. And then I'll show you what modules I threw on the Secret Garden as well. Analysis Master is great. When you hit something, you're reducing its firearm critical hit resistance, and since this gun crits a lot, it's got 1,339,805 DPS. It's still a pretty good weapon, even from back in the day. You can see I really built into chill and crit on this. It does really good damage. And if you're looking for a Freyna build for it, this would be like the Freyna build for it. A sharp precision shot, expanded weapon charge, making sure you're running compulsive mag, fire rate up. Those are the main things that are important for Freyna. Now, if you're gonna run a gun for Freyna for using her sharp precision shot, I highly recommend using the Peacemaker. Impact is the best sharp precision shot that you can get, and the Peacemaker has a really fast fire rate, so you can get it up to speed super quick for Freyna. I'm always using the Peacemaker for that. Super quick to get your spin off for all your rounds. And that's my build on the Peacemaker. And those of you, if you're looking for a good, while we're in here, Excava build, I have not seen anybody put out a build like this yet. Let me bring it up here for y'all. 4,228,172 DPS. This gun smacks. It hits extremely hard, and it works very good with multi-hit, especially on weak point. We're using multi-hit induction for on hitting weak points. Multi-hit chance goes up. Great. You don't aim in when using this gun with this build. You want to make sure you're just shooting it without aiming in. If you aim in with your sights, you're going to be triggering the electric grenade, and then you're not going to be getting the crit stacks. And I'll show my cores on that. So I'm running 3 electric attacks, 2 fire rates, And you can see the substat rolls are electric attack, firearm attack, firearm critical hit damage, and bonus firearm attack when attacking colossi, because it's great for fighting colossi that are weak to electric damage. This is also a weapon that's great on Glay. If you were to use this on Glay, you would take out the you could take out either the multi-piercing for the rounds per magazine on this for the multi-hit damage, honestly, or take out the multi-hit induction, and you would put in the mental focus on it, so you're getting more firearm attack as you're shooting, and you want to keep your stacks up when using it. Great build for Glay as well. Works great on Serena and Glay. See, the problem with the grenades I find is that they enrage the bosses too fast and you don't get the full amount of damage off that you could otherwise get off into the weak point. They build up the rage meter super fast. And if y'all need an ATAMS build, it's the ATAMS build I run. The reason that we're using charge amplification here is because the firearm attack increase equals more than what the critical hit damage does. So if you test this in the lab, it's very important to know that the charge amplification, you get more damage from the firearm attack of plus 67% when testing in the lab than what you get off of stacking fully into crit. A lot of people haven't calculated that, but it's the truth. Like this can 1 to 2 tap Deathstalker. You're using it on Serena. And this right here is my core build on it. Now this is just my electric one. I have one cord for every elemental damage. You don't need 2 aim shot accuracies or any aim shot accuracies for that matter. When you aim in, you have 100% aim shot accuracy with this gun. I didn't really see anything else to put on it because I'm only using it on Serena. I'm not really running around on the ground while trying to aim in and snipe. I figured what could it hurt? So I went with aim shot accuracy. You don't have to waste cores going for it though. And then if you're looking to see what my other ones are, same thing, you just change out the elemental cards. Here's my cores for it. You build the cores basically to the element that you're going after, and same with the modules. So if you had like electric damage in there, you change it out for the chill damage one. No, not all snipers. Only the ATAMS does, and that's when you're aiming it all the way and it hits blue. Yes. So the aim shot accuracy with the ATAMS, the thing to know with it is when that reticle hits blue, you've got 100% aim shot accuracy. It's a rail gun. The way that they set it up is that's just the way that the gun works with the ATAMS. Yes, the charge shot increases the accuracy, which is why it does more damage when you charge it up too. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but if you let it hit all the way blue first, it does more damage. Like, noticeably more damage. it would throw us on some like elevator sounding music. I apologize about that. I'll change that in a second if it's annoying y'all. Yeah, I have ATAMs built for every element, last daggers for every element. Yeah. Exactly what Quan said. Those are important things to know if you're looking for builds on here. With those guns in particular. If y'all ever need a build for something, just let me know. Yeah, I've got one for each element because I'm always on Serena and I like that I can join in if anybody needs help with the Colossi or something. I can take them on the Colossi and just one-shot it.
I am analyzing Void Paradox.
Let me check this first. Fire. Just to give you an idea. So you know that my build actually works on this. Because a lot of people are skeptical of like the firearm attack over the crit. Gluttony, one shot. Nah, that was a shoulder. Shot him in the shoulder. Five seconds, dropped 36 mil on his head in one shot. He didn't get a chance to go immune. Yeah, when you're free falling, you actually get more multi-hit chance. You get the extra 18%. That's actually huge if you can hit it. The only thing I hate is when you get somebody that's like on a bunny and doesn't understand that you can one-shot it and they're like spinning it, or just any class in general that's like, hey, let me turn it around in circles as fast as I can. I just say bunny because typically, you know, bunnies like to like speed run around it. That's happened to me quite a few times.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Let's see here. The biggest pain is trying to do it to like Deathstalker or something like that. Like, good luck. Because you have to hit it in the bottom weak points to knock it and try to get the one shot. Super big pain.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Yeah. I mean, you can, but sometimes the problem with sniping on the floor is you don't get enough multi-hit to one-tap it. Sometimes that makes or breaks it. Yep. Now, if I get an even shot where it goes through both weak points, it's done. It's a one shot. But if I don't get it through both weak points, it's a pain. And trying to keep it from going, you know, and hiding behind all the little pillars and all the other BS is a pain as well. We'll see who I get paired with and if they let me get the shot off or not. I've been getting paired with some people lately because I've been doing so good in Deathstalker that I didn't even get a chance to get my shot off. There's some pretty good snipers out there in Serena. Of course, it went behind the cover. That's the other problem. I didn't even get a chance to get my full shots off that time. I was weary about hitting it in the wrong spot. This next time I'll try to pop it a little bit quicker. So I don't want to send it immune and then have to go through the whole battle with it with a lighter build on. Yeah, on here it is. Like, on any other boss, not too difficult, but this one has teeny tiny weak points, and if you hit anything other than the bottom, you're not one-shotting it. I've tried it. You shoot it in the center core, any of that stuff, all it does is send it immune. Takes a huge chunk off of it, but it's not enough to knock it and kill it. Whereas a shot through the bottom is insta-kill. Because it's hitting the two main big weak points.
This coffee just doesn't taste the same
that again. Okay, there we go. Something different that doesn't sound depressing. There we go. You would think I would take that out of the playlist by now. I just haven't gotten around to it. And there it goes, immune. I knew it. Oh, well, I screwed that up. I can hit fire easy all day long, but they won't give me full damage with that. Please get up quick. I am not doing any